moving day, we got our new fridge. It was hard to squeeze it through this opening right here, and there were a couple of times when it nearly fell off the dolly that we were using. But so far, we actually enjoy this thing, because first of all, it's got the grab and go door that you can open. You can grab whichever snacks you want, or in our case, condiments and milk, because we have no snacks right now. And then swing it open, and there's the main part of your fridge. So that way you're not having to rummage all the way in the back of your fridge just to get your half gallon of milk or gallon of milk or whichever you're looking for. Now the freezer, our freezer section's a bit bare, mainly because we've never had this much freezer space, and this is literally what we came in the house with. Just, you know, a few hamburger patties, maybe a few leg quarters, and a bag of fries, and 2 things of coffee. And we've never had this much space before, so this is kind of new to us. And this is the main feature that Jamie really wanted. He wanted the ice dispenser, because the fridge that the house came with had an ice dispenser. Now we don't use it right now because we don't have the water line hooked up, but we've got the yeah. I don't really know which buttons to use, but this is the core feature that Jamie wanted, and this is the feature that we both wanted, this little grab and go door. We read a whole bunch of reviews on why this was a good thing and why it was a bad thing. One of the reviews that people say is that when you open the grab and go door, you've got to actually close the grab and go door before you can open the fridge, which Jamie and I were thinking, well, yeah, you have to. And another thing is that people were saying that you've got to actually push the door closed for it to... That's another thing that's with all fridges. You're gonna have that quote-unquote problem. But so far, we actually enjoy this thing. So we had it on, once again, excuse the mess, we've had this place for a week. Actually, we've had the place for 2 weeks, but we've been moved in for 1 week. But we're still trying to get our belongings together. We fit all of this into a tiny apartment for 3 years, and it just still blows my mind. But we had the fridge on this small dolly right here. We had to keep it on there the entire time. So what we had to do is, once again, going through all around the house, we had to go through this door. Actually, let's take a step back. Let's go a bit wider than that. We had to go from that space in the yard, up these steps, which that's where it nearly fell over on all 3 of those steps, through the door, through this archway right here, which Jamie says we're going to be expanding a little bit, like up until about where the end of this camera is, like right about here, and then the rest of this space is going to be a wall. That's besides the point. So we had to squeeze it through this archway, and then we had to go and put it through this doorway. Now look how tall this joker is. It's like super tall, and we had to squeeze it through here. That was a bit rough, but it was amazing. So all in all, I mean, this has been an adventure. This is the dining room table that Jamie set up. It's a makeshift dining room table. Let me turn on this light. This is another one of my favorite features of the house. We've got this light dimmer. And this is one of the things that I had growing up when I was in about 5th grade. And my favorite thing to do was like slam my hand against the thing. But I was 10 and didn't know any better. So you can bet that I'll be treating this very nicely. But, oh, well, my alarm for getting ready to work is going off. But one of our very first dinners together, Jamie had set this up. And it was very sweet. Because I had just finished coming in from I think I was either coming in from the car, or I was coming in from feeding Lucy, and Jamie said, okay, I want you to follow me. So he took me by the hand and he led me through the kitchen and in through the doorway, and there he had the dinner set up, and I thought it was very, very romantic. It's small and it's this patio furniture, but it works for right now because we're able to sit down and eat dinner together instead of instead of sitting on the couch, which, don't get me wrong, I like sitting on the couch and eating and watching TV, but it's not as intimate as sitting across from your loved one. And that sitting across from my family is one of the things that, I took advantage of, or I took for granted when I was a kid, because I'm thinking, oh, well, this is the only way that we've done things, this is how it'll always be. But after 7 years of sitting on the couch and just watching TV, it lacked that intimacy. And at least Jamie and I can be able to talk about our days and, at least be able to converse with each other. So one of the other things that I was talking about, especially on Facebook, was the washer and dryer. And we did get our dryer on Sunday. I didn't film any of it because I thought that was a bit too... what's the word? I don't really know the word. I didn't know if the guy would want to be filmed. But anyway, we're going to go through here. I put Lucy's blanket in there. Sorry, Goosey. I'm going to be feeding her lunch as soon as Anyway, so the dryer that we've got here is actually a lot better than the one that the house came with. It's your standard dryer. But, I mean, like I said, see, this is the perfect thing that I can show you about this. Is, we had to take a board and put it sideways so it's propped against here, and the other end of the board is propped against the wall. And that's how you kept it closed. But this is actually a new dryer. It's used, but for us it's new. It looks new. It's better than the one that we had. And another thing is, this is an electric one. And we didn't figure this out until a few minutes after the guy left. But the old dryer was a gas dryer. So we're having to find a fuse and find wire. And then another thing is, whoa, I'm gonna. So this is our washer, standard washer, no problems with it, except the reason why this hose is not hooked into the wall is because back here, you can't really see it. I don't feel like pulling all this out. But the pipe, the other end of this pipe that holds the spot where the water drains out, it's broken. It's broken at the other end. So we gotta find new pipes. You wanna come out, Lucy? Come on, baby. And she was cold this morning, so I brought her out her blankie. So, hi. Hi, baby girl. So that's a little bit of an update, and hopefully we'll be able to get everything together within the next few weeks so that we can actually not have to pay quarters for laundry, because that's one of the things it's one of the selling points of us getting a house. The main reason why we wanted a house was so that, well, first of all, we wanted a place where we would feel comfortable inviting friends to, because our apartment is so small, so cramped. I mean, it had some great features, it really did, and it was a great place to live for 3 years. But it wasn't really some place where I'd feel comfortable with having get-togethers or, well, Sophie and Sammy are going out. That's good. That's not really what I wanted you to do, but we're good. But we want... Lucy, get out of the house. Out. Come on, let's go. No. You know better. Let's go. So, we wanted a way way that we could wash clothes without spending quarters on laundry. So this is a bit of a hindrance right now, but like I was saying on Sunday, I wasn't expecting perfection. Because I mean, this is an old house. It's a work in progress, and you're gonna see Sophie flop around on this step. But we're looking forward to all the adjustments that are going to be made. And Jamie's got some power tools that are coming in the next week, so we'll be able to get some wood. We'll be able to make a table and my coffee bar. Hey, Goose Goose. Hey, Goose Goose. Yeah. I need to get ready for work soon. Yeah. They're getting used to being outside, because that's another thing that Jamie wants to do, is put all 3 of the animals outside. And I told him that the only way that I'd be willing to do that full time was if the cats had collars and name tags. Because we had a stray over at the apartment, or I considered it a stray. I wasn't sure if it really belonged to anybody. So it's one of the things I worry about, is with all these houses and all these vehicles roaming around, if somebody were to find, say, Sophie or Sammy, you know, they'd be able to look at their collar and say, oh, well, they belong to this person. Of course, that's not exactly foolproof, because I see a couple of flaws in that plan. But I mean, it's at least something. So, all right. So, let's let me get ready for work. You wanna come inside? Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. We'll give you more updates as soon as we can.